So hey guys, this is Vishwajit and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you a pretty awesome thing that I came to know is possible in Python. So there is a library in Python using which we can convert our Python files into executable files. So for example, if you are having a Windows machine, it is going to convert your .python file to .exe file, and if you are in Mac, it is going to convert into Mac executive file. So isn't that awesome? For example, if you have a Python file and if you convert into a .exe file, you can share that exe file, executive file, to your friends or families. So that is really awesome, and that thing is going to work on all the Windows system. So I tested this out and it is really working like fine. I have a demo.py file over here. So here you can see that I have the print hello world and input. So basically this Python file will get converted into a .exe file and it is going to show this thing on terminal. So let me first show how this thing works. So for that you need to install PyInstaller. I'll share the documentation with you. So this is the documentation for PyInstaller. So PyInstaller says that PyInstaller bundles a Python application and all dependency into a single package. The user can run the package app without installing a Python interpreter or any module. So you don't need to install Python at all. You will just need to build that .exe file and you can share the .exe file to your friends or families or colleagues, anyone. So let's go and check out the good stuff over here, and let me turn on my terminal. So first of all, I need to install PyInstaller. So I'm going to use the pip package installer, pip install PyInstaller. So it is showing requirement already satisfied since I have already installed PyInstaller in my system. So if you have not done it, just install this. So now what I need to do, so we have two files over here, demo.py. I mean one file over here, that is demo.py. Now PyInstaller demo.py, and you will see what it is doing it. So you can see that it is building, I mean it is creating this folder, then this dist, then I think it created this demo.spec, and now it is building. So it takes a few moments, like some few seconds depending upon the size of the application, to build it. So I can see that it is saying that building the app is completed. So just go to this dist folder, that is nothing but the distribution folder, I assume. So dist folder, demo, and here you can see you have the demo.exe file. So if you double click on this, see hello world, exe file, hello world. So if I enter anything and if I press enter, and it vanishes. So it printed this hello world, then it waited for us to give some kind of input, and after we gave an input and I pressed enter, it vanishes away. So I gave this input only to keep that terminal present. If I don't give this input, then the terminal will come up and it will close automatically. I don't want that to happen. So if I don't give this input, let me show you what happens. So if I build it from first, some few seconds, I guess. Yeah, it's done. So distribution, demo. So if I click on demo.exe, it opens and it closes. To prevent that, I had given that input thing over here, input. It will prevent that terminal, that program, to close. So that's it. So I thought, why not do something more, something little more? So I did little more. So there is a package in Python known as Pygame using which you can create games. So why not we create our own games and we can share the exe file? Well, I haven't done that yet, but I hope I can do that. But what I have done is there is also a package in Python known as Kinter using which we can create user interfaces, softwares, I should say. So if I go over here, you can see there is a game.py. It is not game.py actually, it is app.py. So if I open my terminal again, and if I show you how my app.py looks like, you can see this is just a temperature converter. It takes Celsius and it gives you Fahrenheit. For example, 0 degrees Celsius, if I give, then it is giving 32 degree Fahrenheit, which is I think correct. If I give minus 40, it should give me minus 40 degree Fahrenheit, and that is also right. So this is a piece of code that I grabbed from the internet. I mean this app.py. I grabbed from the internet. I changed a few things so that it looks little bit bigger, and the program was initially written to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. I converted from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So there are some few tweaks that I did, and it is working really fine over here, as you can see. So now what we are going to do, we are going to convert this program into a .exe file. So let's do that. And one more thing that I wanted to show you. For example, when we created that software, this demo.exe, you can see the icon was given as this. It was given by Python by default. So what if we want to change this icon? Because for example, if you are building any kind of game, you don't want the game to look like this. You want the game to look like regarding the game it is. Like if it is a tic-tac-toe, then you want to showcase in that icon. If it is a snake game, maybe you can put some snake. Even this is also fine. So so the icon should like show what the game is. So for example, if we want to change the icon, so we can do that also. And let me show you. I grabbed this icon.ico file from here, this website. So this is the website from where I grabbed this file icon.ico. I downloaded it, and I think it is free completely, and I downloaded it from here. So now what we need to do, PyInstaller app.py. You can give .exe and you can ignore also, because this is Windows, so it is exe is coming by default. So Python PyInstaller app.py -- icon, then we have to pass the icon name, that is icon.ico. And by the way, this thing, before running this, just make sure you have installed Kinter. Okay, if you have not done yet, you have to install Kinter. So let me show you how to do that. Pip install Kinter. We need to install Kinter, but it is showing some kind of error. Actually, I did a mistake. It is not pip install Kinter, it is pip install tk. Yes, you need to install that Kinter thing. Kinter is a library to create GUI in Python. So you can create interfaces, buttons and stuff in Python. Okay, so now I'm going to build this app.py, that Celsius to Fahrenheit program, GUI program, from .py to .exe. So PyInstaller app.py -- icon icon.ico. I hope I have not done any mistake. Yeah, seems like it's working fine. It is building it. Yep, it is done. Built successfully. So now if I go to distribution app So you can see this file. See the file icon, medium size, maybe large size. See this file icon, app.exe. So this file icon got changed. So now if I double click, you can see this. So if I give 12 degrees Celsius, 53.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So if I give 0 degrees Celsius, 32. If I give minus 40, minus 40, pretty sweet. Now one more thing, when you double click this and when you close this, you're gonna see that terminal thing that came over here that also closes. So when you double click, this thing is coming in the background, so you don't have to worry about this. It was going to close automatically when you are going to close this GUI. So minus 40 is this, and when you close this, it also closes. So now what you can do, you can share this app folder to your friends. Pretty sweet, right? So this is something I came to know. I was just exploring Python and I came to know that we can do this also. I have done some few more things that I'm going to show you in the next videos, that if we can convert anything of Python into executive file, then just think what more we can do. So there is something known as Pygame, as I spoke. So we can convert Python games to executive file. Like we can create our own games and we can like share them to our friends and families. Then we can use Flask to create some web applications, not web applications, maybe some software which works on your browser. So we can do that also because we get more flexibility with HTML, CSS, and people know HTML, CSS, they understand HTML, CSS. So we can create those small softwares, small softwares that is going to run in your browser using HTML, CSS, Flask, and we're gonna export them as Py in .exe format using PyInstaller. So isn't that an awesome thing to do? So actually I am working on that Flask things. So just stay tuned in my channel and I'm going to show that how we can create some application which is going to run in your browser and you can share them to your friends. So let's see what we can do. So if you like this video, just give a like and just say hi in the comments, and I'm going to see you in the next awesome upcoming video. And thank you for watching.